What's up, everybody? This is just another theory. Hey, you know what's weird, and I will admit this. Every time I have a theory that has to do with like demons or whatever, I always have a shit ton of technical difficulties making video. Like I don't know what's going on. Every time I want to talk about demons or anything like that, it's like, oh, yeah, your sound's just not gonna work, Shane. Sorry. And it takes me like a fucking hour. Not an hour, but it takes me a while to fucking put it all back together. I should stop cursing so much in my videos. I apologize for that. Anyways, this video is about a theory. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I believe in demons, okay? Just like I believe in angels. Just like I believe in God and Jesus, okay? I believe in demons too. And I believe in heaven. I don't know if I believe in hell as much. But there's a theory that's been going on forever that, demons and stuff, they can live inside songs and they can live inside movies. And then when you watch that movie or listen to that song, you get possessed by that demon. It goes inside of you. And something happened to me when I was little, okay? I had watched Child's Play, and I had watched Child's Play 2, and I had watched Child's Play 4 and Child's Play 5. I watched Bride of Chucky and Tear Chucky. And I hadn't watched Child's Play 3. I was like, man, I really want to watch it. I really want to watch this movie. And it was really weird. Me and my friend Lance, we watched like a compilation of bits and pieces of Child's Play 3. I was like, man, I really want to watch that even more now. And he's like, no, you kind of seen it. You've seen what happens in the movie. You don't really need to watch it. And I was like, no, man, like, I need to watch it now for sure. I want to see how it got to that point. And, that didn't mean anything to me that he said that, But then, every time we went to Blockbuster, this was when Blockbuster was a big deal, we couldn't find Child's Play 3. I always looked for it. I was like, man, I can't fucking find this movie. Why if they have all the other ones, why don't they have this one? If you had Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky, why the fuck wouldn't you have Child's Play 3? That doesn't make sense. So, like, every time we fucking went there, I would always get my hopes up. I'm like, okay, they're going to have Child's Play 3 there. And then we went there and it wasn't there. Someone rented it. That happened a lot, okay? Then one day, I got fed up. I was like, Dad, I didn't call him Dad. I called him George. He's my stepdad. And I was like, let's go to the front desk and just ask if they fucking have this movie, please. And we asked him. And he was like, yeah, we should have it. And then we finally found it. It wasn't where it was supposed to be, I don't think. And then we find it, and it doesn't even have a cover on it. Like, someone stole the cover, and it's just like white paper with, like, printed text that says Child's Play 3 on it. And I'm like, okay. Even as a little kid, I was like, something doesn't want me to watch this movie. My friend telling me that weird splosh about how I've seen enough of it. Like, what? And then, like, me not being able to find it, no matter how hard I fucking try. Then when we finally do find it, it doesn't even have a cover on it. So it's hard to find because it's just a white slip. It doesn't say Child's Play 3 on the side of it. I was like, there's something keeping me from watching this movie. And we always watch horror movies together. So we watched it together. And then my curiosity got the best of me. I was like, we got to return this movie soon. I'm going to watch it one last time before we have to return it. I did that with every Child's Play movie. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch it. And the second time I watched it, or the third or the fourth time, whatever, this time I was by myself, and it was the first time I was by myself watching it. I had watched it with my friends, I watched it with my friends and family, but this time I was by myself. And I was like, it was always in the back of my head, like, what kept me from wanting to watch. Like, what kept me from watching this movie? Like, it was so weird. All those little coincidences were so weird. I couldn't get that out of my head. So I watched it as much as I possibly could. I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie 10 times. Fuck it. Um, just a very rebellious nature, a very curious nature of like, why was it so hard to fucking watch this? I'm gonna watch it 10 times now. And the first time I watched it by myself, that scene of him falling into the fan at the end, spoiler alert, that's how he dies in the third movie. He falls into a giant fan. Um, a metal fan. And just watching that happen, I don't know, did something to me. It made me feel weird. But it made me feel good too. We won't get on it. We won't get in on that. We won't talk about that because like that just sounds weird for me to say. But it was a good feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Sorry. Watching Chucky fall into a giant fan and watching him die was a good feeling. Sorry if that makes me a criminal. Anyways, it was when the credits started to roll that I just had this overwhelming, horrible feeling that was like, I'm a loser. I'm not like anyone else. I'm never going to get to go here. I'm never going to get to go there. Like, it was just this overwhelming feeling of like depression as a kid. And it was like, man, where is this coming from? And just the music and the credits rolling after I just watched this movie, it was like, man, I just got this horrible, depressing feeling. And I was like, man, I really don't like this feeling. I don't know if I ever want to watch this movie again. Um, so could it have been? Could it have been that Jesus or angels or whatever were really trying hard to get me not to see this movie? Was that why it was so hard to find? And when we finally found it, it was just a white strip of paper. It didn't even have a fucking cover on it. It made it harder to find. And then I couldn't watch it by myself because everyone was in a fucking house. You know? Was there some type of angelic presence trying to keep me from watching this movie because they knew that there was a demon of depression in it? Because it was about 2 years later when I started to really actually struggle with depression, for real. Okay? And every time I got that depressing feeling, it would always tell me something really horrible. It would always say like, you're gonna die soon. No one's gonna be able to help you no matter how much they love you. Like, it would talk to me and like say stuff like that. But it didn't do it with a voice. It did it with like a feeling, like an instantaneous sentence of like all at once, like, you're gonna die. No one loves you. No one. It doesn't matter how much they love you. They can't save you. Like, it was the same thing I got when I watched Child's Play 3. It was like, you're a loser. You're never gonna get to go here. You're not like other people. Like, all this weird stuff. Um, that's what my depression comes with. Okay. And it's been triggered by other people here and there. It only makes me stronger every time I feel it. But when you're a little kid and you get that depressing feeling, it's really fucking scary. Okay. When you get older, like if I got it now, I'm like, oh, that's depression. Yeah. But when you get it as a kid, it's like, that's fucking scary because you don't know what it is. Okay? You don't know if it's going to go away or not because you've never had that before. Um, but I have a very resilient spirit that always tells me whatever happens, it's not going to last that long. If anything bad happens. You've had a sprained ankle before, same thing. It heals, it's fine. I have that spirit within me that everyone else has too if they realize it. But, and certain music and stuff. And I've had that feeling with other movies too. But do you think it could be that there was like a demon of depression like in that movie and that angels or Jesus were trying to get me not to watch it because they knew it was in that movie? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, same thing like with the rebellious demons, if you believe in them. I believe in them. But like, I would watch SpongeBob and I would watch all these cartoons and I would just be the most. I would be so rambunctious, jumping up and down on my bed, running around the house, like just an insane amount of energy, which is good. It's good to have energy, but not when you're using it for stuff like that. And I became really destructive. And I know I'm a man, and so when you're a little boy, it's like, well, yeah, you want to break stuff and you want to like, that's what boys do. But like, I don't know. I feel like I was fueling it with like the cartoons I was watching and stuff. Really, I do. So, I mean, it's like it's in the cartoons. Like it feels like it's in the music and it's in the movies. But like I said, this is just a theory. I want to be able to talk about anything I want to talk about, and I don't really give a flying fuck what people think of me. Like, if you think I'm crazy for talking about this, whatever. I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. But like, I don't know. I'm not crazy for talking about this. It's just I'm a really curious person. I want to know why I have certain reactions to things. I want to know why. Like, I want to know like that was a really weird stretch of coincidences. Like, why did it happen like that? That was really weird. Like, there's just certain things that happen. It's like there has to be a hand behind it. You know? You ever get that feeling? Because if you haven't, then I don't know what to tell you. I guess your life hasn't been as weird as mine has been. But like certain things happen, and it's like it's really hard to believe there's not a being behind this making it happen. I don't know. That's just my theory. I'm not saying it's true or not. I don't know. I could have just had mental illness in me already from my family, and it was just awakened by that movie. I don't know. That makes sense too, because in the movie, Andy looks at a carnival and he's like, "I forgot those existed," or yeah, because maybe that's why I got depressed. I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll be back in a flash, and yeah, I'll be back in a flash.